Robyn, Flynn filling in for Elias Makos. We're with you until 12 p.m. As more and more seniors head online, efforts are needed to help with their digital media literacy skills. So what exactly does that look like? Well, experts say we need age-appropriate training that will help seniors perform daily tasks like online shopping, banking, in addition to helping them learn how to avoid misinformation. It's already happening in places around the world, including in Toronto. There's a program in place at the Toronto Public Library called the Seniors eConnect program. Basically, volunteers, mainly teenagers and young adults, help seniors learn how to use things like tablets, email, and other digital tools. Here to chat a little bit more about why this is so important is Natalia Balyasnikova, Assistant Professor of Adult Education at York University. Good morning, Natalia. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Now, first of all, there's this assumption that adults who are like over the age of 65 are just hopeless with new technology, or maybe they're really gullible against online misinformation. But this attitude probably makes a lot of seniors less likely to learn how to use digital tools because there's this attitude that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But that's really not true, is it?
Yes, absolutely. We call that benevolent ageism, which is a well-meaning but quite patronizing attitude towards older adults. It treats seniors either as those who don't want to engage with technologies or those that are less capable or fragile simply because of their age. And although these intentions might be positive, to protect the seniors from misinformation, from fraud, but what it does, it reinforces stereotypes and limits seniors into dependence. And these ideas of later life being a time for dependency and frailty are deeply encoded in tech, as showed by a lot of research.
Absolutely. A lot of these digital education programs I've noticed can be really infantilizing. It's almost like the program was made to teach a toddler how to use a tablet, which that's going to make a senior less willing to take part, right? They're adults and we need to treat them as adults. So how do we educate adults differently than we would approach it if we were teaching, say, a child?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There is a crucial need for sustainable support that specifically focuses on older adults. And, using technology for seniors, it's not just about navigating platforms. It's about their social, their cultural, their emotional lives. And we have found that coming from, more senior-focused perspectives, seniors will learn and engage in this kind of programming, in development of the skills when they see the need for it. So there is this there is a need to ask the learners first about what kind of skills they want and then tailor the education so that they can see the practical value of what they're trying to acquire educationally.
In conversation with Natalia Balyasnikova, Assistant Professor of Adult Education at York University, we're chatting about helping seniors get online. It's very important. My grandma actually, we recently got her a tablet and she can do her groceries online and I can send her emails with recipes and stuff. It's really, really cool. And I absolutely love that she's willing to get online. But I think some seniors are afraid. They're scared to learn these new tools. So how do we make it a little less scary, a little less daunting for them?
Absolutely. We are seeing this all over where seniors are actually getting online. They're using their tablets, their smartphones a lot. And a lot of seniors actually are using a variety of platforms such as Facebook, and I would study WeChat, YouTube. So seniors already have a lot of digital competency to engage in this use. So we need to look at this idea rather from a deficit perspective, but to see that they actually are doing it. So this idea of reluctancy, I think it's not just limited to seniors, it's limited to, a lot of different age groups. And Nicole Dalmer at McMaster University also writes about that a lot of seniors hold this ageist attitudes about themselves. So it's important to break those ageist self attitudes first, and then help support the seniors.
Absolutely. I think if we can also communicate to some of those seniors who are afraid or not willing to learn how to use new technology, there are so many benefits, right? As you get older and things get more difficult, it'd be so much easier to be able to do your groceries online, right? So much easier to keep tabs on your grandkids if you have a Facebook account. You can see regular pictures and updates from them. So I feel like if we do a better job of explaining what the benefit is to them, we're more likely to be able to encourage them to get on board, right?
Right, absolutely. And, in our study that I did with my colleague Claire Ann from Queen's University, we actually asked immigrant seniors about their use of platforms during COVID and to search COVID-related information. And a lot of them actually said that they were using these different platforms to seek most trustworthy information. They were quite aware of the proliferation of, misinformation online, precisely because they wanted to support their peers and their communities, and they wanted to stay in touch. So there is this social component to that as well, because for a lot of...
sorry, Natalia, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Hello?
Oh, okay. Sorry, your line just cut out for a second. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. So I was just saying that, this challenges when seniors don't have access to information online or just, online platforms, it really hinders their access, which of course trains families, caretakers, and communities. So we see that older adults, they're not just passive recipients, they actually want to contribute to their communities, and they want to help, they want to share, they want to make sure that they're sharing correct, trustworthy information, that they have the skills of verifying what's right, what's wrong online. They get a lot of different information from different media sources. So I think that a lot of older adults already are interested in seeking information online. So to truly support them, we must avoid these attitudes that undermine their independence and their agency, because this mindset creates barriers for seniors, making it harder for them to access opportunities and support, and limits our recognition of their full potential and capabilities, including online.
Absolutely. I have friends who get frustrated with their parents and their grandparents who are, calling them and being like, what's my password? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or, I did something on the tablet. Can you come fix it? And I always have so much patience for my parents and my grandparents because, they taught me how to use a spoon. They changed my diaper. They had patience and compassion for me. So I try to have a little bit for them. Natalia Balyasnikova is assistant professor of adult education at York University. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I really appreciate your time, Natalia.
Thank you for having me.
10:28 is the time here on CJD 800. If you're listening and you're like, hey, I would really like to get online, but I'm nervous. I don't know how to use it. Check out your local public library. Oftentimes there are programs available to you to help you learn how to get online. Even just basic stuff like having email, learning how to do your online banking and your groceries online can really, really make a difference in your life. And if you do have grandkids and kids who can help you out, I highly recommend you chat with them, because I do think that, having access to information and these services on the internet will make your life so much better.